Emma. So today I'm going to be filming a high school Q&A video using questions that you guys sent me on Instagram. But before I get started with the video, I wanted to chat with you guys about Disney's A Wrinkle in Time movie, which I recently saw, and it inspired me to get personal with you guys and make this video. This video is sponsored by Disney, and I couldn't have been happier when they reached out to me because I love the movie and its message about self-confidence, and I'm really excited to relate it to my own life and talk to you guys about the challenges I faced throughout school and how I have strengthened my self-confidence as a result of those challenges. So if you haven't seen A Wrinkle in Time, it centers around teenager Meg Murray and her journey to self-discovery over a crazy adventure through space and time in order to find her missing father. And watching this movie was super personal for me because the perseverance that Meg shows to overcome all of the obstacles that she's faced with really reminded me of myself as a high school student and how I was able to overcome a lot of challenges throughout high school. So in this video, I'm going to be getting really personal with you guys and just sharing how I overcame some of the biggest challenges in school. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video and are inspired by it. And without further ado, let's get started. So the first question is, how did you get through some of your tough times in your preteen/teen school years? So I will say one of the biggest challenges I faced both in middle school and high school was finding my place, both academically and socially. Every friend group I've been a part of, I never really felt like that was my place. I always felt kind of different, and as a result, I kind of bounced from group to group. Ultimately, I realized that it's okay to be different, it's okay to be unique, and you don't necessarily have to be a part of a certain group. I just had a bunch of different friends, all from different backgrounds and different places, and I've been so much happier as a result. I think confining yourself to one friend group can be unhealthy and it can leave you feeling unhappy and tired, and if you just have a lot of different friends, you will be a lot happier and you'll feel a lot more free. And in this way, I definitely relate to Meg in A Wrinkle in Time. At the beginning of the movie, she really struggles to find her place in school and she just feels very different from everybody. And she goes home and she confides in her mom that she hates being different and she wishes that she could just be like everyone else. And I can honestly say I've been there as well. But sitting here about to graduate high school, I can honestly say to you guys now, my uniqueness and ability to be different from everybody else has made me such a happy person, and it's the reason for so many of my accomplishments. I would not be talking to you guys right now if I was afraid to go outside of the box and do my own thing. I wouldn't have this YouTube channel. The next question is how to cope with being embarrassed during presentations. So I totally relate to you on this. Presentations throughout high school were one of my biggest fears. They were the source of most of my anxiety. And actually, in one of my classes, AP Literature this year, we have to do a lot of on-the-spot presentations where we don't even have an opportunity to prepare. We're just called up and have to present on the spot. And presenting is one of my biggest fears, so you can imagine how nerve-wracking that was for me. But as I approach the end of high school, I can honestly tell you guys I am not scared to present anymore. I can confidently go up and present something to the class. The advice I'm going to give you is practice, practice, practice. I would have my mom be like a mock audience and I would just practice that way. And also something that always calms my nerves is just looking at one of my friends in the audience and pretend like I'm having a real conversation with them. Just get some of your family and friends to practice with you, and over time that fear will go away. In A Wrinkle in Time, Meg struggled to see what her capabilities were and what her potential was, and through the support of her little brother Charles Wallace and her friend Calvin and the missus, she was able to see what she was capable of, and over time she grew into a very confident and strong-willed girl, which is very different from the person she was at the beginning of the film. So I think it's very important to have people who support you and encourage you, because then you feel like you're not so alone and you have the support of others to get you through all of those challenges that you're facing. The next question is, what do you find is the best way to study for a test? And I swear it took me all of high school to realize that there is no one way to study for a test. You have to sample through all of these different methods and see what works for you. So I'd say as early on as you can, start sampling different study methods, whether that's by making flashcards, watching videos, handwriting your notes, and see which of those helps you to retain information the best. The next question is how to block out competition in school, and this is a really tough issue to deal with. I definitely dealt with it a lot in high school because I go to a really competitive high school, and I would say try not to compare yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy, and I know it always made me feel a lot less satisfied with my own accomplishments. Remember that everybody is different, everyone has different talents and capabilities, and you have to find yours and use that to your advantage. I realized that while I may not be taking as many AP classes as my friends are, I am very creative, and I'm using that creativity on my YouTube channel to create videos that I am super passionate about. Meg's talent is her passion and bravery to find her father, and without that, she never would have been able to rescue him and bring him home to her family. So I think those are two perfect examples of how you can use your uniqueness to do something great that not everyone else would be able to do. And the final question is, did you walk out of high school with the same people that you walked in with? And the answer to this question is no, and it's totally okay. A lot of people will tell you as you enter high school that you're gonna walk out with different friends than you walked in with. And just like me, you're probably gonna think, no way, I'm definitely sticking with these people, I'm not gonna branch out, but you will surprise yourself just how I surprised myself. Like I touched on earlier in the video, high school is a huge time for self-discovery, and in that process of finding yourself and learning what your interests are, you'll realize that they do not always align with some of your friends, and as a result, you'll naturally grow apart from each other, and that's totally okay. Just understand that it's something that we all go through, and it's a completely normal and natural part of life, and it can actually be a really healthy thing as well. So on a final note, I just want to say, really embrace who you are and who you're becoming throughout high school. You're going to learn so much more about yourself than you ever imagined, and it's honestly such a cool experience. So those are all of the questions I'm going to answer today. I really hope sharing my experience helped you guys and inspired you guys. Don't forget to check out the link in the description to learn more about Disney's A Wrinkle in Time, and thank you so much, Disney, again for sponsoring this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week.